Hold up. There's a bunch of other stuff they never told us. Year in, year out, it's the same old black history we hear about. For example, ping, when that light switched. They taught us it was Thomas Edison who made that happen, when ironically it was actually a darker man who made that light switch. Lewis Latimer, to be precise. Quite nice when we're talking about Mr. Hamilton and his racing car, but red light, stop. We're always taught that Martin Luther King had a dream, man. But those dreams can't be achieved because our brains are in chains, our minds are enslaved, so we won't get our redemption, Morgan, free, man. Will we ever be free, damn it, from a green man invented by the same man who made traffic lights and gas masks to protect our organs? Another free man named Garrett Morgan, but I bet you never knew that. You see, we need to open up our eyes. But how can we be taught to see if the blind lead the blind? The first person to develop significant eye surgery was a black woman named Dr. Patricia E. Barth. And on that note, there's a question I must ask. If black history is really meant to be a great opportunity for us to learn and engage in our past, why are we not being taught about our past? Transatlantic slavery, where we're taught black history, starts, but is it really? There seems to be a lot they haven't told us. They shut down and hold back on the bold ones who stand against the way they're trying to mold us. Consistent enemies of progress. You see, the school's surprised because I know things they don't expect me to know yet. So when I stand and tell them they're wrong for telling me about me, they call it a riot, what I call it a protest. The Broadwater Farm riots. The media exacerbate and make it seem like it's a bunch of delinquent youths on the streets when really the first cause was death at the hands of the police. We cease to know the truth. And that's because they withhold information from the youth. Maybe. Maybe one day we'll be happy with how our knowledge of our history equates. But I'm sure like me, you was forced to depend on the educational system to do their job and fill in that space. So let's wait for them to throw out some names. No answers. All right, well, maybe I'll just help and throw out some names. Mary Seacole, a Crimean war nurse. Mary Prince, a black female author published in England, to be precise, she was the first. Bernie Grant, local activist and respected MP. Trevor McDonald, one of the first black ITN journalists to hit the TV screen, and when Fuse ODG brought the Yozonto dance to the UK, and My Foot swayed to the left and the right like wipers of a car's windscreen, and DJ Abrante brought Afro beats to the streets. You see, it's funny when we think of our childhood memories. A man who was actually funny, Lenny Henry, many others, and the list continues. Marcus Garvey, Haile Selassie, Ignatius Sancho, Tupac, Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou, R.I.P., Kwame Nkrumah, the first Ghanaian president to retain independence from England, the Windrush ship which brought Caribbeans inland. So much to learn in just 1 month, a tip of the iceberg, a tiny graze. And what was the first black Roman emperor's name? Years passed and we're still stuck in the civil rights age, which isn't bad if we learn something new, but we don't. And we're not being taught enough about our culture, so there's no one else to blame but you. And if not you, then who? Questions, questions, questions. Why focus so much on the very influential but very few men and women who made things happen for us? Why are my people being highlighted for a predominantly negative past? Why do I know these things that you don't, and I'm not the teacher you are? Why are you so focused on our dark past but not relating it to our bright future? Why are young people's trademarks gang culture and young pregnant girls? Why are young people not given a time of day in this world? Why are young people not given a time of day? And his name was Septimius Severus, by the way. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have heard my piece and the vast majority of you guys agree. So let's stop here and let the educational system do their job. So teach.